firstly, we are going to look at this picture over here. I'm sure you ever see this kind of similar picture like this before. What is this?
Geometry.
Geometry. Where did you see this? This look like somewhere a mouse, right? So you can see all the geometric shapes over here, which form up nicely, decorated on the wall and also the ceiling of the wall of the mouse there. So this chapter is about polygon, okay, chapter 9, and then we are going to look at the mathematicians that involved in this chapter here. So we are going to enter into 9.1 about polygons later on. So let's look at the mathematician involved here, walking through time. Carl, how to read this? Friedrich Gauss, okay, Carl Friedrich Gauss, 1777 to 1855, a very long time ago. He was a German mathematician who contributed much in the field of mathematics. One of his major discoveries was introducing the techniques to conduct a 17-sided polygon using only a pair of compasses and a straight edge. So you know how to use your compasses already, right? And I show you the straight edge. So now you will need to know how to construct a 17-sided polygon. This is a lot. So let us carry on first. Later on, you are going to see how are you going to construct that. Okay, let's look at the next slide here. So in this basic polygon, first thing is divided into 3 subtopics. So the first subtopic is polygon. This is what we are going to enter today. The next subtopic is about the properties of triangles and the interior and exterior angles of triangles. So you are going to know what is interior and exterior angle, all about the triangle later on. Last is the properties of quadrilaterals and the interior and exterior angle of quadrilaterals. So firstly, let us look at this picture here. 9.1 about polygon. Look at, what is this? Who is this? The bee, right? It's written there, I'm a smart architect. Why does the honeycomb have a hexagonal shape? Hexagonal shape means like this. You have 6 sides over here. Why do you think the honeycomb have a hexagonal shape? Why do you think so?
So that the honeycomb won't collapse.
Oh, that is a very good answer, because it will strengthen the shape. The shape of hexagon, it strengthen the bee, the hive of the bee. Very good. Any other answer? Why don't they use circle instead of using the hexagon? Right, why don't they just use a circle all around his beehive here, so that they can efficiently, okay? They can efficiently, make it efficient, make use of all the space given over here. So later on, I'm going to show you why we are going to, the bee is using the hexagonal shape of the hive over there. Okay, now we look at the polygon over here. Flashback, I'm sure you have studied polygon before, okay, in your primary. So polygon is an enclosed figure on a plane bounded by 3 or more straight lines. So there are many types of polygon. For example, a triangle also, we consider it as a polygon. So as long as the plane is enclosed, enclosed means closed. Like this is not closed, so it's not polygon. So it have to be enclosed. Okay, when you have an enclosed figure, it is a polygon. Okay, so polygon is an enclosed figure on a plane bounded by 3. So this is a triangle over here, bounded by 3 or more straight lines. We call it polygon, including the triangle. The triangle is one of the polygon. Okay, now we look at the why do bees make hexagons in their hive. Okay, these are the explanation, just to let you know, extra knowledge for you. Hexagons are useful shapes. They can hold the queen bee's eggs and store the pollen and honey the worker bees bring to the hive. So making circles won't work too well. It will leave gaps in the honeycomb. So if you imagine you have circles, 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 you circles up everything, you will have the gaps in between. This is the gaps here. So it cannot maximize the use of the space over there. And the worker bees could use triangle or squares for storage, but those won't leave gap. Yes, of course, but the hexagon is the strongest and the most useful shape. The geometry of this shape uses the least amount of material to hold the most weight. So hexagon can hold the most weight. It is the strongest. It takes the bees quite a bit of work to make a honeycomb. The wax comes from glands on the bees' bellies or abdomens, and honeybees have to make and eat about 2 tablespoons of honey. That's a lot, 2 tablespoons of honey to make 1 ounce of wax. Then they can add this wax to the honeycomb as the build. A bee colony can produce 100 pounds of honey. 100 pounds is equal to how much? Can you imagine? It's very heavy, It's around 40 to 50 kilo. So the structure is important to hold all this weight and protect the honey, especially during winter. So let us carry on how do we draw, label, and name a polygon. So here you are going to identify different types of polygon. You need to identify all of these polygon. We start with the triangle. So this is a triangle. Triangle have the number of sides of 3. So this one represents the number of sides. Quadrilateral have 4 sides. Why do we call it quadrilateral? So it derived from the word quarter. How much is 1 quarter? 1/4, right? I showed to you already. If I say 3/4, how much is it? 3/4, how much is it?
3/4.
3/4, very good. So this means over here, the quad over here is actually 4. Lateral means side. So this is a polygon that is consisting of 4 sides. That's why that is how you memorize it. Quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Okay, lateral means sides. Then to remember the pentagon have 5 sides over here. So you imagine you hold your pen with your hand, right? So how many fingers do I use to hold the pen? How many fingers do I have?
5.
5 altogether. So that is how you memorize it. 5 because we hold the pen with 5 fingers. It's not really 5 but all this one hand we have 5 fingers. And then hexagon. So to memorize hexagon that has 6 sides, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just remember the word 6. Hexagon. Okay? And then 6 over here. We have heptagon. How to memorize heptagon that consisting of 7 sides here? So it's easy. You just remember the word T. Bahasa Melayu 7. So we call it heptagon. After that, we have octagon. So octagon is 8 sides polygon. Octagon, you can remember the word octopus. How many legs does an octopus have?
8.
Yes, 8 legs. That is how we memorize it, octopus. After that, the nonagon, easy, right? The word N will represent 9. So there are 9 sides for the nonagon. And lastly, decagon. How to memorize decagon? A decade. How many years in 1 decade? 10 years. Habib got it. Very good. Okay, 10 years in 1 decade. So it represents 10. So everyone, you need to memorize all of this. Now, can everybody memorize it? I'm going to call your name and I'm going to go back to the previous screen. You just need to name me how many sides. Or when I say 6 sides pentagon, you have to tell me the name of it, which is hexagon. So now you memorize. The first one, triangle, easy. 4 sides, quadrilateral. 5 sides, pentagon. So everybody read again. Read after me. Quadrilateral. Open up your mic. Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
Again, quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
Okay, so next one, 5 sides. Pentagon. Pentagon. Pentagon, ah. Next one, the one with 6 sides. Hexagon. Yes, hexagon. Okay, read it twice so that you get familiar with the reading of the word. Now, 7, heptagon. Correct. One more time, heptagon. Okay. Octopus over here become octopus. Octagon. Yes. Nonagon. And decagon. Okay, I give you 1 minute. You memorize all of this here. Okay, you have to know the polygon with 7 sides. What is the name? Polygon with 8 sides. What is the name? You memorize. I give you 1 minute time. Later on, I'm going to call your name and then you are going to give me the name of the polygon. Okay, 1 minute start from now. Okay, I'm going to call your name now. I'll go back to the previous screen. Okay, we just look at this screen. So, first person, Catherine. Catherine, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, what is the name of a polygon with 5 sides?
Pentagon.
Very good, pentagon. Dayang Masha? Are you there, Dayang Masha? Okay, what is the name of a polygon with 7 sides? Seven sides. Heptagon, very good. Next person, Yusuf. What is the name of the polygon with 9 sides, Yusuf? Yusuf, 9 sides. Yusuf, are you there? All of these questions now will be in your exam later on, so you need to know how to answer. So, what is the answer? I can't see your text message. Yusuf? Are you there? Let me see. Yusuf still here, right, Yusuf? Yusuf, are you here? Yusuf is not responding. No response. Okay, next person. Tiffany, give me the name of the polygon with 9 sides.
Nonagon.
Very good, nonagon. Next person. Awang Haris. Awang Haris, give me the polygon with 10 sides. Awang Haris. Awang Haris. No response. I'm jotting down now for those who don't have response. Okay, Ahmad, can you help him? Oh, Ahmad. Thank you very much, Ahmad. So, decagon. Very good. You remember the name. Okay, next person. I just choose randomly right now. Michelle?
Yes.
What is the name of a polygon with 4 sides?
Quadrilateral.
Yes, very good. Quadrilateral. Next person. Aina? Aina? Aina, are you there? No response. Winnie?
Yes.
Okay, what is a polygon with 5 sides?
Pentagon.
Very good, pentagon. Aina, you are very slow. Okay, Aina, your turn. Aina, what is a polygon with 6 sides? Polygon with 6 sides. Hexagon, very good. Now, next person, Putri. What is a polygon with 7 sides? Heptagon, very good. Next person, 1.
Yes.
What is a polygon with 8 sides?
Octagon.
Yes, very good, octagon. Okay, last one. Timothy.
Yes, madam.
Okay, what is the polygon with 4 sides?
4 side.
4 sides, correct.
Quadrilateral.
Yes, very good, quadrilateral. So all of you can identify it, huh? Now we are going to look at some of the properties. So those names that I have called just now, you can maybe you can rest free because later on I'm going to call other name. So let's carry on with the properties of the polygon. So just now we are looking at this part here. So hopefully you already memorized everything regarding the name of the polygon. Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon. Do we have the name for 11 sides, 12 sides, and so on? What do you think? Do we have it?
No.
Actually,
No.
yes, we have it. We have it, but I think it's up to maybe 12 sides only. You can search online now what is the name for the polygon with 11 sides and 12 sides. But it's not in the syllabus, so you don't have to go and memorize those. You just need to memorize up to decagon only. Okay, now, it is found that for a polygon, the number of vertices equal to the number of sides. Okay, and then the number of diagonals can be determined according to the following steps. So we are going to see what is the vertices, what is the side, and what is the diagonal, these three over here, by looking back at one of the example here. So all of these sharp point, this one, we called it vertex. Vertex dalam bahasa Melayu dipanggil bujung. So when it comes to vertices, vertices is the plural of vertex. If you have more than one vertex, then we call it vertices. So this line over here that join up the two vertices, we called it the side. So for example, a pentagon, we have 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also the same as the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for a polygon, the number of vertices is always equal to the number of sides. So it's very simple. If, for example, if I ask you, hexagon, how many vertices? Then you will answer me, there are 6. How many sides? It's the same as the number of vertices. It is 6. Okay? Now, the third thing that you need to know is a diagonal. Diagonal dalam bahasa Melayu dipanggil apa? Tahu tak? Tahu tak? No idea. Pepenjuru. Ya, pernah belajar pepenjuru? Have you ever learned diagonal? Don't know, is it? Never mind. Okay. What is the diagonal? Diagonal is the line that joining the opposite side of the vertices. Okay. For example, if this is the vertex here, we're looking at the quadrilateral. If this is the vertex, they have to join the vertices which is not adjacent to it. Not this one, not this one. They are going to join the one which is opposite to it. So like a quadrilateral, we have one diagonal, we have 2 diagonal. Okay, now we look at pentagon. How many diagonal we have? You have to join the vertex that is not next to the vertex itself. So for example, if I'm looking at this point here, I rub off first. it might be confusing when you have so many things written here. If I'm looking at this vertex over here, we cannot join to this one and this one because it is next to this. So we have to join to the one that is next to the one that is adjacent to it. This and this. So for a pentagon, you can see we can form up a few diagonal. This is the two that we can form from the vertex that I put an arrow. If I want to join using this vertex here, so I'm going to do like this. Another two. If this one, here. If this one, 1, 2 already done. So all together, can you see how many diagonal in this pentagon? 1,
5.
yeah, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 diagonal in this pentagon. Whereas for the quadrilateral, we have 2 diagonals only. Okay, and then it's impossible for you to find out the diagonal one by one next time when they ask you how many diagonal in a hexagon. Sometimes it's very hard for you to join up everything one by one. So actually there is a formula for that. Okay, but before that, I just want to remind you regarding the triangle here. Do we have a diagonal for a triangle?
No.
No, correct. Because for a triangle, we only have 3 vertices. And then if I want to join this vertex, you see, this 2 is already next to it. These 2 vertices next to this vertex. So we cannot join at all. Therefore, for a triangle, there's no diagonal. Okay? Now, let us look at the next slide here. How to find the diagonal? So there are a few steps. First, you identify the number of sides of the polygon. Then you minus 3 from the number of sides and let the result be m. Okay, for example, if we are looking at a quadrilateral, the number of sides of quadrilateral is equal to how much? How much?
4.
4 sides, right? Okay, so here we got 4. Minus 3 from the number of sides. Minus 3 means 4 minus 3. So the result be m. Therefore, 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Then the result, the value of m is multiplied by 2. So m multiplied by 2, m is 1 just now. We times 2, we get 2. Thus, we get 2m. There is a meaning there. The value 2m is added to all the integers with value from less than m to 1. So it is added, but over here, because we don't have the value, which is less than 1 over here, so we are not going to do anything regarding this. Therefore, the value of the diagonal is 2 itself. So for a diagonal of a quadrilateral, we have 2 diagonal over here. But this is very long, it's very confusing, right? So I have a shorter way for you to find out the diagonal. You just need to memorize this formula, whereby the number of diagonals is equal to n, represent the number of sides, in bracket, the number of sides minus 3, and you divide by 2. So for example, the quadrilateral that we have, the n is 2. After that, the 4 minus 3, and then you divide by 2. So from here, it will be 4 times 4 minus 3 is 1. Then you divide by 2. Then you will get 4 over 2. The answer is 2. Okay, we will look into some of the example later on how to apply the number of diagonal. So can you memorize this? To find the number of diagonal is n times n minus 3 over 2. You need to memorize this right now. N times n minus 3 over 2. You may jot down anywhere also for you to memorize. So now let's look at example 1. Find the number of vertices and the number of diagonals of a polygon with 10 sides. What is the name of the polygon with 10 sides again?
Decagon.
Decagon. Wow, you can memorize very well already. So we are going to find the number of vertices. So if it is a decagon, a polygon with 10 sides, how many number of vertices do they have? It will be the same, right? How many?
10.
Yes, it is the same as the number of sides. It is equal to 10. Now, the next thing, we need to find the number of diagonal. So remember the formula on how to find the diagonal?
N times N minus 3.
Yes, very good. N times N minus 3 after that? Over 2. So we are going to apply this. How much is the N?
Over 10.
10. So 10 times 10 minus 3
3
over 2. And then I continue. 10 times 10 minus 3 is?
minus 3.
7, right?
7.
Over 2. So 10 times 7 is?
70.
70. 70 divided by 2 equal
70.
to?
7.
30. 30 what? 35 class. Yes, 35.
35.
So can you imagine the decagon? There are 35 diagonals. It's a lot, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, now can you count for me how many number of diagonals for a hexagon? Everybody, you count it on your own. I want to see who can get me the correct answer for a hexagon. How many diagonal? Anyone got it?
Nine.
Yes, it's Mahani. Wow, you are very fast. The answer is 9. Okay, how do we get 9? Putri was asking how come. So let me show you some working here. Is n times n minus 3, right? So sometimes when you get used to it already for the hexagon, n times n minus 3 over 2. The n for a hexagon is equal to 6. 6 minus 3 is 3 over 2. So 6 times 3 is 18. 18 divided by 2, the answer is 9. That is how we get a 9. Okay?
Okay.
Okay now? Now if I ask you a simple question, how many diagonal does a quadrilateral have?
2.
2, very good. Can you name me some of the quadrilateral that you have learned? There are many types of quadrilateral, right? There are many types of quadrilateral. Yes, Habib, very good. Square. One of it is square. What else? Yeah, rhombus, trapezoid. Very good, trapezoid.
Parallelogram.
Yes, parallelogram, correct. Any more?
Rectangle.
Yes, rectangle is also one of it. And just now I saw somebody write down, what is it already? Rhombus, right? I think it's a habit. Rhombus. So all of it, as long as there are 4 sides, it's considered quadrilateral. Okay? Now let's carry on. A polygon can be drawn according to the following steps. So you see, there are steps to draw the polygon again. First, you need to identify the number of sides of a polygon. For example, a pentagon. How many number of sides?
5.
Yes, 5 sides. Okay, next thing, you mark points equal in number to the number of sides. So meaning that 5 sides, right? We just need to make 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next step, join all the points with straight line to form a closed figure. Next step, you just need to join it up with closed figure. Then you label the vertices and name the polygon. So label is very simple. We just label it with A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E in sequence. You can either label it in clockwise or anti-clockwise, up to you. Okay, for example, you also can label it this way, which is anti-clockwise. A, B, C, D, E. As long as everything is enclosed and you label it. So the name of the polygon, Again, this is a pentagon. Simple, right? Let us look at the example. Draw a polygon with 6 sides. Sorry, I rub off first. Then label and name the polygon. So 6 sides. How many vertices do we need to draw?
6.
6, right? Because this is what kind? What is the name of this polygon?
Hexagon.
Ah, very good. Hexagon.
Hexagon.
Yeah, so we have 6 sides. We just need to draw 6 points. So I'm going to draw a very nice 6 points like this. The next thing, what do I do?
Sambungkan.
Join, gabung, hubungkan. Dari titik ke titik. And label. So just label A, B, C, D, E, F. You also can label it as P, Q, R, S, T or X, W, X, Y, Z, something like that. Just make sure everything can be fit into the polygon. And name the polygon. So we have the name already, which is hexagon. Okay, class? Can?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the end of it. I want you to do the exercise in your GC.